Good evening, everybody. Dave McLean here, ASA ambassador, longtime snowmobiler, and I realized that it's Friday night at the end of Snowmobile Safety Week, and I haven't talked to anybody about snowmobile safety. And there's one thing that we can't afford in snowmobile, and that's to get hurt and not come home safe. That is just something that's completely avoidable, and with today's technology and the sleds we ride these days, there's just no reason not to come home safe and have a great day on trail. So I got my sled here. I'm getting ready for the weekend. We've got a ladies' ride coming up on Sunday, January 26th with the Alberta Snowmobile Club, and I'm getting my gear ready. And I figured no better time than right now to tell you and show you what we carry, what we have in our sleds, and the gear that we buy to come home safe every time we go out riding, and just to go out and have a good time and not have to worry that we're not going to get home. So lots of people think that you only take safety gear into the mountains, a probe, a shovel, and a beacon. There's so much more to it than that, and I don't want to get into the mountain stuff because we ride in Alberta. There are mountains here, but we're primarily trail riders. We're backcountry trail riders. We are flatlanders, whatever you want to call it. We don't have that kind of safety concern, but what we do have safety concerns is exposure and time outside and dehydration and just general injuries that we can run into on trail. So I'm going to flip my camera over. I'm going to show you my gear. And if you've got any questions about how to use the gear or anything like that, throw a comment below and I'll try and answer you the best I can. In the last 6 years, I've put 15,000 kilometers on riding in Alberta. I've seen it all. I've experienced most of it. I've planned for most of it. And I'm hoping this helps newcomers, oldcomers, and people that just maybe haven't thought of it. Just for some perspective, my wife and I, Lisa, we ride on average 150 kilometers per ride. We're out there to enjoy snowmobiling and see the sights and get to the spots, and you got to go prepared. So here we go. Gear-wise, things I never leave home without. My Zoleo. If anything happens to myself or my wife, I want to make sure that I can get her home safe, that I can get home safe. And you just don't know what's going to happen. These are satellite communicators. They connect to your phone. They check in with people. They let them know where you are. You can email from them. You can text from them. And you can send an SOS message from them. And I'm not going to say anything about any brand, good or bad. These aren't brand recommendations. These are just gear recommendations, things to have on you when you're riding. Okay? A radio. Good for group communication and all the rest, but you can also use them to find truck channels and other things that are out there that maybe when you're in a situation where there's no cell coverage and the Zoleo's dead and there's a road just over there and you can hear a heavy haul truck or whatever it might be, you might be able to hail them on a radio. And not only that, you can hail the rest of your group on that radio. Works in the mountains, they're good range, they're great batteries. There's so many versions of these. It's worth having any kind of radio you can afford, so have a radio. Water bottle, and not any water bottle, a thermal water bottle that stops your water from freezing. There is nothing worse than needing a drink and opening your bag and realizing my water is frozen. Thermals work great. Put room temperature water in it. It'll run all day, 8 hours, 10 hours on trail, minus 30. I've never had a frozen water bottle. So thermals, 100%. Yeah, tampons, great fire starters. Soak them in gas, throw them in the fire, light them with the lighter, and you got a fire. Instant heat. Those are literally available everywhere. You can get those at gas stations. So you can make your own fire starters. You can buy the fire starters that are $30, $40 for a kit. They're cardboard tubes. They're cheap. Your lady probably has one in her purse. Get some of those. Don't be shy. Great anticoagulant as well. They stop bleeding. You put that over a wound, cover it with a bandage, and you'll get home. You're not going to bleed to death. Spare set of gloves. Too many people wear the wrong gloves. You can wear too thick of a glove. These sleds have bar heaters. The thinner the glove, the more heat you'll feel. It seems counterintuitive, but wear gloves that don't have palm insulation. Outside your hand insulation, inside your hand should be straight to the bar, get all that heat you can get, right? Okay. Sled-wise, what else do we have? Oh, helmet communicators. These little Bluetooth helmet communicators, Sena, Cardio, you name it, there's 1,000 brands. You can get them on every website. These are indispensably awesome. I can talk to my wife. I can talk to other riders in the group that have them. We can communicate, hey, do you need to stop for a break? There's a hazard coming up. I always tell my wife, like, up and down and hazard on trail, look to your left. There's a wild animal out there. We enjoy riding so much more because we can communicate with each other. Being able to talk on trail and not have to use hand signals is great. Here's my bags. I carry a snow bungee with me. Some people love them, some people hate them. I use them to help me get out by myself. I also use them to tow snowmobiles, so you're not jerking on each other all the time. And you as much as you don't like breaking down, at least it's not unenjoyable to get towed home. A well-organized kit is a safe kit. First aid kit, basic backcountry kit. You can buy ones from different outfitting places that are good for what we do. Mountain Lab has a good one. All the guys at Breathe Outdoor in Edmonton, there's a million different kits. Buy the one appropriate for how you ride and the people you ride with. Toolkit. I built my own toolkit. I'm not going to go through the toolkit. I just want to say that I carry one. It's specific to Skidoo and Lynx. I don't carry tools for other people's sleds. I carry tools for my sleds. And it's important that you have the extras. I carry a piece of all thread in there that's long enough to be a ski bolt. It matches a whole bunch of other things. That thing has saved my butt far too many times for things that I never thought were going to happen. You can't go get them if you're broken down. They gotta be with you. I carry a small hatchet, some sunscreen, because UV's a real thing off snow, and it will burn your face and your ears and your hands, and that is no fun. So that, some lip balm, because those get chapped. Some Zach straps for towing sleds and tying things up. A good foldable saw. You got to have a good foldable saw. Indispensable. Definitely one of my most used tools. I play in the willows. I play in the trees. You got to cut them. An extra toque. Not in part of my other kit. This is my safety kit. Another toque, just in case. Look at that Northlands logo. Thanks, guys. Love the toque. A chainsaw. Cutting big logs. One of those little handheld chainsaws. Those are great. Okay, so that's my safety kit. That's on my sled all the time. As you can see, it's part of my base kit. It flips open and it flips shut. It's like a Pelican case, locks shut. It's awesome. Inside my normal bag, this is where I keep my extra thermals. So I always carry an extra layer. And this is a cold. I have not looked through this bag. There's toilet paper. Don't want to be without that. Another toque. Some fire gloves for moving logs around. Some hot hands. Food. A starting kit with tools. An extra balaclava or neck gaiter. And a spare set of goggles. So that's just kind of what I have on my sled all the time. This stuff doesn't leave the sled. It stays in those bags. It never comes off of it. Every trip I go on, whether it's down the street to a local coffee shop to get a hot beverage or a 500-kilometer day on the Double Triangle Challenge or the Golden Triangle, this stuff goes with me everywhere. I never leave it at home. I do some specialty rides, like our night rides. Lighting is important, guys. You might ride in daylight all the time, but sometimes you have to ride at night, and good lighting is important. Being able to see and do and have light is so important. So headlamps are important, chesties, all that kind of stuff. So, we can talk about so many things. The importance of a trail pass, the importance of being part of a club. But at the end of the day, the most important thing we do as snowmobilers is to come home safe to our families. We all want to go out there and have a great day on the trail. And we don't want to come back in worse shape than we went out there in. Some days that happens. And it's best to be prepared for it. So I hope this helped. It's, safety week. It's top of mind. Go out, check your sled, see what you got, and make sure you have it with you. Now, there's other gear. Spare belts, spare spark plugs, spare oil, spare fuel, all that stuff too. That's just the stuff to make your snowmobile run. And that's a whole nother topic. And I might get to that if everyone wants to. So if you want to hear more about the mechanical side of maintaining sleds for long distance riding or going the distance, 500-kilometer days, 1,000-kilometer days, whatever it might be you want to do out there, hit me up. Throw me a comment. Try to answer your questions. Knowing where you ride is so important too. The ASA has great mapping now. They have a great app. That's another whole other thing as well. Knowing where you're riding, asking questions, finding out about trail restrictions and trail closures. That's another whole topic. So Again, if you want to hear about that, let me know. We'll talk about it. We might do these every Friday night. I'm just hanging out in the shop getting ready to go. So hope you guys ride safe. Enjoy the winter. Get those ASA trail memberships. And we're going to see you on trail. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.